Hello and welcome to the very first time of our new show, episode 1 of Otaku Outtakes. My name is Chance Robertson, the Game Master of Otaku Takeout. Today, my co-host and the co-owner of Otaku Takeout, Jesse Pruitt.
Hey, welcome everybody. We're so excited to be here today to be doing Otaku Outtakes. This is our first episode. It's a bit of a spiritual successor to our model kit builds. If you've seen any of those, that holds a very special place in our heart. We love demoing stuff and doing our model kit builds, but this show's a little bit different. We wanted to engage more directly with each other and with you,
the audience.
And so we have kind of structured it out to be able to do just that. And so we are very excited to have you with us on this first episode. We hope to get your feedback. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, we have some new toys, so we do have some some soundboard stuff. If something doesn't go fully the way that we plan, don't hold it too much against us. We're a little bit new to the scene here.
Bear with us, and if our sound is like our mics are weird or sound effects are weird, anything like that, just let us know, and we'll do our best to pivot with it. With that being said, this is our very first show. We do want to kind of start with recapping, some of the special events that we've had going on. We had our Sapporo Winter Festival.
Yes.
That was our last festival.
And it was a smashing success. We had done the food tasting. Trivia was the first day.
Correct.
And we had some really cool categories. We really utilized sound effects and audio stuff a lot more in this one. It was a lot of fun. Now, for those of you who aren't aware, whenever we do things either like this or even stuff like the trivia, we always stream it. Right now, we're even streaming Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. So we extremely want people to be a part of it. Come comment, come play on trivia. You could have scanned the QR code and played with us online as well.
Absolutely. And that does remind me of an important point. We are in the process of trying to build our TikTok followers, so please come follow us on TikTok. We want to be streaming there as well. We've got to get our audience a little bigger on there to be able to do so.
Starting from now, we're going to be starting at least every Friday video where we're playing around with a couple more ideas that we can kind of lay out for the future. But come check us out. Come see what changes we make. We're doing this all with the help of you guys. You guys always give us great feedback. So.
Absolutely. Yeah, so the Sapporo Festival, a lot of fun. Food tasting, it's always a smashing hit. People love it. We've got coming up the Cherry Blossom, our Cherry Blossom Festival for the spring. And we are already in works with collaborating with Rising Star Boba, our friends across the way, for a new themed drink. And so last year they rolled out the Cherry Blossom bubble tea. This year I think we're going to cook up something new. So I've been talking to ownership over there. Very excited to be doing that. And then of course we've got our own festival, which will be a mashup of different events across the weekend. We really try to, for spring, we always try to do at least one traditional festival game across the weekend.
Last year we had done the Daruma Ototsu with the block game and the hammer.
That was a lot of fun. That was our first time doing that. That's where it's like a stack of wooden blocks, and then you
colors, little face at the top.
And then you get a hammer, and you've got to knock out the bottom one without the. It's like Jenga with a hammer, so it's a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We try to keep it as traditional as possible while still making it
fun.
It's
got to be fun. Yeah. Otherwise, it's not worth doing.
You don't want to walk into a Otaku Takeout and it not have a modern aspect. Otherwise, it's just straight up
Yeah.
Go for it.
Absolutely. Nice.
Amazing.
So we'll at least have the one traditional game. And then it's either right before or after we partner with the Sister City program out of Hot Springs for their Cherry Blossom Festival, which is really cool. We love working with them. A part of what they earn goes towards sending kids to Japan in an exchange program. So that's really something to be proud of.
And plus, we're always beefing up the booth that we take to temporary events like Comic-Cons or anything like that. And every single time it gets bigger and better. So if you are local and you're able to come check us out at any of the things that we do outside of our home base of Otaku Takeout, make sure you come check us out. Come say hello. You're likely to find one of these faces over there. So it's a whole lot of fun. We love to meet new people.
Absolutely. Oh, we're also hot off the heels of Little Rock Anime Fest.
Oh, yes.
That was a lot of fun. They had asked us to come out this year for the first time ever with the Lucky Cat Arcade. So for any of you who don't know, who might be familiar with Otaku Takeout, of course, we're the biggest anime Japanese pop culture store in the state, but we also have our very own Japanese arcade adjacent. So if you hear a little bit of that background, that's what it is. And they asked us to bring out the Lucky Cat with us this year. So we had an incredible amount of space, set up our booth. We had the arcade games. I was even able to fit my little mini truck, for any of you who have seen that in the store, down there as well. That was a lot of fun. I'm hoping we'll do the same setup in the fall for Arkansas Comic-Con.
And I wasn't actually there for this one. However, I can only imagine that anyone who walked by the booth was like...
Yeah, I debuted the new tile roof for the booth, and I'm very proud of it. It's all EVA foam, but it looked like a legit Japanese style tile roof. So that was pretty cool. So,
up with where you got it.
Huh?
Where'd you find
For all the things you make.
So, with that being said, I would like to kind of go over a little bit of the way the show's going to run today. So we're going through our opening now, but then we've got segments throughout that I'm very excited to be debuting with you today. The first one is going to be our hot off the truck segment. So each of us are going to go over some picks of new merch from the store, kind of go over some of it with you, why we like it, why we chose it, that sort of thing. The next segment will be Snack Attack. That is where we will be trying new products in the store, giving our feedback, essentially our reviews on the products. There is some special consideration. My co-host does have some allergies, so we try to account for that.
Fish and eggs. I can't eat them. Not good for me. If you guys want me to stick around for the whole show,
Yeah. Then we've got a little surprise segment after that where we spice things up, and then it is followed by hot takes, where we will be discussing / debating different pop culture topics as they pertain, to the Otaku Takeout umbrella, which is pretty broad. But the reason I bring this up now is because we encourage you all to give us some topics. So we've got some ready to go. We're going to make it happen. It's going to be a lot of fun. But if you have some stuff you would like us to play devil's advocate on, that's the thing, is it doesn't matter what we personally might feel about it.
You take the exact opposite stance. So, speaking of, we have a Wild Spidey appears. Hello, Trampoline Trickster. If you were watching online during that segment and it was my turn, you throw out a statement, or you throw out an example, and I will take a statement on what you say, an example. No matter how Jesse feels about it, he has to take the exact opposite of that stance, and then we will let you decide who wins that debate.
Even if I feverishly personally disagree, we're going to do our best to play devil's advocate today. So really excited about that. Be thinking of any topics you'd like to hear us debate.
Help me get Jesse to admit things that he doesn't want to, so he can just be sad and... Hello, darkness, my old friend.
You get to see the flare, when I get out of the comfort zone.
Absolutely.
And then we'll wrap things up. So I'm very excited about it. Anything else that we want to cover before we jump into?
Now you actually are the one that told me a little bit about this yesterday. I wasn't here. I got a cool story for it though. But we had a celebrity in our store yesterday.
I would say so, yes.
So from the way I understand it is we got to meet the backup drummer of Megadeth, which some of you younger kids might not know who that is, but it's one of my favorite metal bands of all time, and it was just so cool that they were here
in the arcade playing games.
They were talking with
drinking
our
at the bar
coordinator, and man, if I didn't have a really cool story of why I wasn't here, I'd be mad.
Yeah. Speaking of the the bar too, I do have to point out we do a new product that's available. We do carry origami sake, and for any of you who don't know, that's basically the pride and joy of Arkansas at this point. Arkansas's first sake brewery.
Using rice from Arkansas.
Absolutely, Arkansas rice, using the water from hot springs. It's a beautiful story. We're really excited to have the product, and it has now been released in can form. What how many ounces is that? Like maybe 8?
It is a fourth of what the bottle actually is.
Yeah, so manageable for you to just have it, enjoy it, and move on, rather than having to do a full-size bottle. So really excited about that. I'm trying. We got the Megadeth drummer in here drinking origami sake in our store. Very surreal. Very exciting.
Yeah, super cool.
Yeah.
If you happen to be watching this and you're a celebrity, get in here.
Yeah.
Man.
We'd love to feature you.
We'll give you something for free.
Yeah.
I say is not the owner of Otaku Takeout.
They did get a free.
Pass the arcade.
Pass the arcade. I probably would have we would have figured out something else, but
we got a comment from Gwendolyn. Origami sake.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. Try it.
Yeah. 100%.
Cool. All right.
Awesome. Well, I think that just about does it for kind of some opening stuff. I think we're going to get into our actual
the meat and bones.
Meat and bones, our first segment here.
Yeah.
Oh.
Whoops. First technical difficulty, y'all. Don't mind that. We're getting ahead of ourselves.
There we go. Hot off the truck.
Absolutely.
There we go. Now we're cooking with gas.
Let me get you your goodies.
Absolutely.
All right.
Super excited. Show these off the camera in a moment.
Cool.
I feel like we should maybe flip a coin. Who goes first? Roll a dice. I feel like that would have been a good way of doing it.
Don't you carry a die on you at all times?
Man, I do, but not when we're shooting.
You can flip a coaster.
That's true. Also, great time to plug our coasters that we don't sell.
Yeah, come have a drink. Get yourself a coaster and an origami sake.
Yeah.
You didn't call it.
I didn't.
I should have called it. You were flipping. All right, I'm heads. Go ahead.
Okay.
I'm going first.
Awesome.
Cool. So, for my picks for Hot Off the Truck, I have got a couple of items here. Really, the emphasis is going to be on this sweet little set right here. It is the Ichiraku Ramen Shop set. I do want to show you some of the images from the back. And you might be like, what even is this? It is, for those of you unfamiliar, we carry the SH Fig Arts line of action figures from Bandai Namco. They are a higher end, highly posable action figure. Sorry, I'm trying to be mindful of that glare. And you can get, what's weird about these is kind of the way they price them. I mean, it's all over the place. So the way that they do it, it's kind of like the drug dealer method of let's get you the main character at a very affordable price. Exactly. And it's across the board. So if it's Naruto here, $39.99 for an incredibly detailed. I mean, he comes with 4 different faces. He's got a Rasengan in there. He's got a bunch of different at least 3 or 4 different sets of hands. I mean, a lot going on in here for $39.99. Now, if you want one of the other characters, that's where, depending on what it is, the price starts to go up. Exactly. And so they, depending on what we had a Madara in here, I think was like $100. Yes. So I mean, it's all over the place. Those are not, we're not just crazy with the prices. That's how they are done. I wish I had an explanation for you as to why. I'm personally more of a fan of standardized pricing across a figure. I think
that it also comes down to supply. Because, for instance, one of the first examples we had of this in store was Goku, and then we got the Krillin.
Yeah.
Goku was $30. Krillin we got for $90.
Yeah.
And I also just have to believe, and I don't know this for sure, but I feel like they made 100 Gokus and 20 Krillins.
Yeah.
So I feel like that is where it could come in as well.
Could totally be it. Yeah. So it's a little atypical though, because I feel like we are conditioned kind of as, at least from like a collectible or toy standpoint, where if it's a particular format, the price is the same across the board. So it is a little odd that these do vary so much, but they are incredibly detailed, incredibly posable. I love these figures. I personally collect these figures, but this isn't my item. Naruto is not my item. My item is the Ichiraku ramen set, and the reason I like this so much, do I have it in there? Yeah, the reason I like it so much, you build out the shop, and then it's coming with all the accessories, all the bowls and chopsticks, and hands with chopsticks, and hands with noodles, and the ramen, so you can literally, because the nice thing is, this format of figures isn't limited to just Naruto. So I've got, here in store, we've got everything from Monster Hunter, the beautiful Rathalos over there, the anniversary edition Rathalos.
Monster Arts. I mean, just from where I can see, I see Orochimaru. I see some things from Kamen Rider. There's some Street
So
Fighter
many Kamen Rider. You've never
characters.
seen so much Kamen Rider stuff. If
Yeah.
they're, for the obscure Kamen Rider fan out there. Street Fighter. We've got the Elden Ring. What are you called in Elden Ring?
Tarnished.
Yeah, we got a Tarnished up there.
Yes.
You got One Piece, like the whole cast of One Piece, and Dragon Ball Z, you name it. And so the
One
cool.
Piece, we even had the live action movie at one point.
We
too.
did. So my point is, you could have all your favorites together at the Ichiraku ramen bar, eating the noodles, because these hands and stuff that swap out are universal. So you could have Goku and Naruto and Luffy eating noodles together. And so that's what I love about a set like this, is that it can bring a lot of your, favorites together doing something cool like eating ramen. So yeah, very, very excited about this set. And this line is, it's just a lot of fun, because you can pose these guys doing up anything that you see, signature moves from the show. They tend to make sure that they can do that. And like I said, we've got the entry level pricing on, depending on what you're into. Like Luffy's cheaper, Goku's cheaper. It just depends. And then you get to, but then if you want that Broly, or you want
the Purunga.
yes, or Purunga, yeah, which is
$20, but it's giant.
it's to scale.
Yeah,
So
it's
he's
huge.
massive. Yeah, the dragon from the Namekian Wish Dragon. Yeah, Dragon Ball Dragon. And I think he comes with all the
he comes
Dragon
with
Balls too.
he comes with Dende as well.
Yeah, Dende's in there. I forgot about that.
It's speaking to a point that he made about like the articulability of these guys is we on our TV up at the front we have a video that's for SH Fig Arts, but it is all of the stuff from Dragon Ball FighterZ, the video game, and so it was taking everything and doing like a scene from that game of them fighting, but using the SH Fig Art figures, and so that like think of stop motion and every slight instance changing articulability just a little bit, so you have a whole scene of a kick happening. I think that's just really, really cool. You'll find that in a lot of action figures.
Absolutely.
You could recreate a whole scene stop for stop.
Absolutely. That's you're totally spot on. And because it's not like, when we were, I feel like when I was growing up, you'd get like a Ninja Turtle or something like that, and you're doing good if its elbows bent, you know what I mean, or its knees bent.
Yep.
In this case, it's like the toes bend. I mean, it's crazy. You can do like perching poses and stuff. So yeah, I can't talk up this product line enough. It's the fact that it is so detailed and so articulated, and even messing with these because I'll take these out, I'll pose them into 100 different poses, and the joints don't wear down, the paint doesn't start to swap off of the any points of contact. Like, they just hold up really well. So it's a really quality product.
They also have a lot of like ancillary products for it. So like they have like, I keep taking it back to Dragon Ball SH figures, but if you have a Goku and it's a Super Saiyan one of the other things that you can purchase for it as a side is like the aura, the waves. You can get the things coming off of it. So like you can take it from a singular figure doing a singular thing to like an entire showcase of something.
Yeah, and those add-ons are not very expensive either. I want to say they're like between $20 and $30.
Yeah, when you compare them to the actual figure, they're on the low.
Yeah. We've got a water one. I think we have a smoke one. So that's pretty cool. The water one, especially, the water's articulated. So if you want to do we've got all the Sailor Scouts. If you want to do Sailor Mercury doing some kind of water attack or whatever, you can, or power up, make it look like it's powering up, or she's powering up. Or you can have what's his name, Gyu from Demon Slayer doing his water breathing with the sword. I mean, so yeah, it's pretty versatile, and those kinds of products are more in line with this, where it's you can use it for multiple figures, multiple things. And so, yeah, and the line's been around for years now. So that's why I personally don't have any qualms with investing in some of the products. It's just because I'm not worried about it not being available next year.
And you'll also have it for a super long amount of time.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I forgot that I had this one, but it's so articulable that you can make Naruto do this.
Oh, we should have done that when I pulled it out.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So I'm a huge fan of these. So grateful that we've got the Ichiraku Ramen set. It is priced at $69.99. We do have I think we've got quite a few sets available at this point. And so, if you got any questions or comments or anything about that, please don't hesitate. Let me know. We'll do our best to answer it.
And if you have decided already that you need it, either come on into the store or go to otakutakeout.co. Almost everything that you can find in store, you can find on our website.
Yep.
You can set it up for either pickup or delivery, and we'll get it taken care of for you.
Absolutely.
Okay, I guess that means it's my turn now.
It is.
So, I went, little just precursor. I went with a figure line that was not as well known as SH Fig Arts. They haven't been around for as long, or at least in our store, not as
Sure.
But it's something of the IP that's a little bit closer to my heart, and that is Monster Hunter. I went with two different choices here today. Can't really see it very well. There we go, that's a little bit better. That one is a Malzeno and a Magnum Mallow.
Yeah. Close-up cam coming in the future.
Yeah, we're going to do that one next time, promise. The reason why I went with these is it is really hard to find Monster Hunter figures that aren't gigantic, and sometimes you don't want to have to spend as beautiful as the giant articulable Rathalos that we have is. Sometimes you don't want to spend $200 on a singular figure, and it's not even one of your favorites. So I went with a couple that are either newer or just other people's favorites. Magnum Mallow, this one being special because it is not only the one from Rise, but it is my fiance's favorite monster. So a little bit of a plug there. But he's just really cool. The further that you look into it, it just has a lot of details that go into it. They did not really get anything wrong that I have seen so far just looking through here, which I have seen in different Monster Hunter things before, where it's little slight things here and there are a little bit different or wrong. So that one was really cool. Malzeno is one of more of my favorites. He is super cool. He's like a vampire monster. I don't think you got to him in Rise. But he would drain your health and it'll heal him.
He would bite onto you and drain your health?
He could drain your health in a few different ways. He had these curio, these little birds that would come off of him and go onto you, and that drains. And then once you get his equipment,
like the fish on the bottom of a shark or something, they just live symbiotically with him.
It's almost exactly that thing where it's a circular mouth and teeth coming out of it, but they have wings.
Nightmare! Flying leeches.
That's what the whole second half of Rise is. And he is one of the people that utilizes the most. But once you get his equipment set, if you hit a monster in a weak place, you can get a little bit of health back.
Wow! The kind of vampiric ability.
Yeah, kind of a vampiric ability. He also could teleport. He just had this shadow move where he's behind you now.
So it is a vampire as a dragon.
Yeah, that is pretty much the way that you can look at it.
Fun fact for those of you who don't know, I'm a big fan of vampires. So
that is the lore that we have coming up with. And I love that the people who know me well in the chat have said, of course, I should have seen that coming.
Yes.
Talking about Monster Hunter.
Yeah. Well, listen, and these are really cool. So I haven't bought one of these, but I have absolutely seen the giant ones.
Yes.
And the giant ones are beautiful and highly detailed. But for the size of these, the paintwork and the sculpt on these are really incredible. It's not super apparent probably from our setup that we have right now, but even the textures, like in the wings and stuff, is incredible. Like it really evokes, the way this monster would probably feel in real life. So yeah, it's a really cool piece, and especially what is our price point on here? Yeah, $29.99. And you've got, it's a couple of things. You've got the Monster Hunter Anniversary, and then you got Monster Hunter Wilds, which, by the way, the second beta is open right now for anybody who is interested, and I am playing it again because it's fun. I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. So I'm wondering if we'll see any of these as recurring monsters or not.
I'm not sure about either of these two. However, especially Magnum Mallow has been so popular that I would hard to see it not. Because the Rise was their first game for both of them.
Gotcha.
This was the flagship monster for base Rise, flagship monster for the expansion.
Gotcha. What was that? Sunbreak?
Sunbreak, yes.
Yeah.
And I wanted to grab these not only because they were a really good price for a good figure, but being that they're not terribly big, I know a lot of people like to collect as many of the monsters as they can.
Yeah.
And I think that this makes it the perfect line of monsters to do that if you were trying to collect, because then you can fit them all in a relatively, consolidated area, and it looks great.
Absolutely.
Now, me and I come up with that mainly because me and one of my assistants, we've had a line over at the cash wrap of the store of a few of our Monster Hunter things that we got from various different blind boxes. And while they do look good, they were all completely different. Some of them just scaled extremely strange. These ones put a lot more detail into even the scaling of the monsters. And for the only few extra dollars that you're paying, I thought it was perfect.
Yeah, and so I didn't realize this is a Good Smile product. So, just speaking to experience, I mean, Good Smile Company does our pop-up parades, our Nindoroids. I mean,
Good Smiles, the
Hello Good Smiles. Yeah, so very quality products. So this makes a lot of sense. I didn't realize this was a Good Smile product. But yeah, it makes a lot of sense because they have a track record of really, really good stuff. So, no, I'm excited. I hope we see these two again in Wilds. I hope you're playing Wilds if you're a Monster Hunter fan, because it's a lot of fun.
It's going to be good.
Yeah.
One thing, since we're on the topic of Monster Hunter, and I feel like this might just come up in the debates later, I feel like both of us are Insect Glade players. Information might become important later. We don't know.
Yeah, and today I was like, oh, let me switch it up, try something else. No. Once you've achieved aerial superiority,
there's no going back.
You can't,
yeah.
And so it's because everything else I feel like you can dodge, and that's cool, but I feel touchable with any other weapon. You know what I mean? When I have the Insect Glaive, it's just I'm just here. No, I'm there. No, I'm there.
Now I'm above you.
Yeah, exactly. And especially when you get on their back and just start wreaking havoc when you're on the back of the monster, you do that. You do like the crazy stab and move, and you start spit. You just I don't know, something about it. I don't get it with anything else. So yeah, Insect Glaive all day.
All day.
Yeah,
love it.
It's the good stuff. Well, cool. All right. Anything else on these before we move on?
Let's take it to the people online. Do you guys have any questions? Anything that we've thrown out here?
Let's
anything that in the
got.
store you want to see? We can grab real quick. As a slight disclaimer, it will take us a few minutes to get set up for the next round. So we'll go to a very, very brief intermission once we do go to the next segment there. But we'll leave that open to you guys. Chat and say anything that you want. We did have Trampoline Trickster who said, Monster Hunter mentioned raw.
Yeah, it's good stuff, and the timing is perfect. So, I was playing it on PS5, and man, it looks so good.
The only reason I haven't done the beta yet is because I'm on Steam Deck, and I don't know how well this game is going to run on Steam Deck, and
Well, if you let me know, then I'll take the chance. But right now, I'm playing on PS5, and it is gorgeous.
When you opened it up, were you just like?
Yes, I was. That was my face too. What they did right, I feel like, and they've been hitting this mark in that franchise, but they've been doing it. I just feel like it's even better on what I've seen so far. Is the feeling of like a live ecosystem. You know what I mean? Where all the creatures, all the way down to the little thing scuttling around on the ground, feel like they're part of. You're seeing them get eaten over here or there. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Oh, and the craziest one is this alligator-like thing. You've got this small like dinosaur walking around. Alligator comes out of the water, like what you'd see on whatever National Geographic. Alligator launches out of the water and pulls one in, and it's struggling. I'm just like, okay, I'm just gonna keep going. It's a little conflicting. I'm like, do I save the guy? Is he savable? I don't know.
It's wasted.
Yeah. So yeah, no, Monster Hunter we're very excited about, and we do have a great entry into collecting if that's something you'd like to have on your desk or whatever shelf.
Well, friends, I think that we're going to take this opportunity to go get set up for our next thing. So we're going to give you just a few moments of intermission. Throw ahead anything that you want in the chat. We will
especially those topics. Be thinking, because once we get there, that's where the gloves come off.
Yes.
Okay.
And
So
we're going to have some fun with that. So be thinking of what you guys want to say, what you want to do. Throw it in chat. We will address some of that when we get back.
cool. Be right back. Ready.
All right, and we are back. The comment says the little eye catch looked like a samurai and a hippie getting ready to binge watch Stranger Things.
Okay, you got me all the way to Stranger Things. What did I miss?
I also find it funny that it's like you're the samurai and I'm the hippie, and like, you know.
I'll take it.
Yeah. Alrighty, guys. Sorry for the wait, but we appreciate your patience. We just had to get a few things set and ready to go because our next segment is Snack Attack.
Oh yeah.
And we are excited about this one. We have 3 food items that we brought here to taste for you today. We have a ramen, a savory snack. There's the ramen right there. The savory snack, we got a new flavor of chips that we have here in the store.
And we're gonna thoroughly go through all
Absolutely,
this.
and we're also gonna rate them. We have a whole rating table for you.
Very scientific.
Very scientific.
Very formal rating system.
Yes, it is called the Sugoi scale.
Absolutely. 1 to 10 Sugoi.
Yes, 1 to 10 Sugois. And we're gonna give that honestly pretty arbitrarily, I feel like.
Yeah. Please don't hold us to it.
Yes.
But we are also washing it all down today with, I didn't even know that these had come in, but we have got, okay, I'm a big fan of the Sapporo in the cans, or Sapporo, however you prefer, but the Year of the Snake limited edition artwork by Tokyo Hero. What? Look at that. Okay, I am beyond stoked. That is gorgeous.
Kampai.
Yeah, kampai. So excited. So yeah, we'll be washing it all down today with that. So the way this is going to work is we are going to go through these snacks in order. We're each going to try each one. We will give our very formal, very scientific Sugoi scale. You know, we'll apply it to each item. While giving you some feedback on just kind of our thoughts on each thing.
And if you should get it when you're in here.
Which the answer to that is, of course you should.
Yes.
But we'll try to fine tune it so you're a little more informed in your consumption of all the deliciousness we offer here at Otaku Takeout. With that said, do you remember the order we were going to go in?
I do remember.
Okay.
We're going to start with the ramen, then savory, then sweet.
That's it. Perfect.
Now, I will say that the first sip of the Sapporo Premium Beer has me feeling...
It's so good.
Has me feeling like this.
So I just have to say, excuse me, Chancellor is in charge of the sound effects and has this exclusive knowledge to all the sound effects on the board. So my reaction is going to be the same as yours when we hear these. I hope they're coming across.
If you're not getting them, then let me know. But that was a Dune sound effect, and I'm a huge
he loves Dune almost as much as I love vampires.
Yeah, that's that is the great consensus of that.
Yeah, that's how we usually measure affection towards things. With that being said, I'm ready to jump in here.
I'm hungry. Let's get it
So
going.
we're gonna kick it off with the ramen, yes, which we prepared off screen prior to the segment. But okay, I just want to start with the product itself. So it is. Let me just get it out here. It is Shin Toomba. This is new. Toomba. This Shin products are already some of the most popular noodles on the market. So whether it's Shin Black or the original, the red package Shin, incredible noodles. I mean, they're really, really good. Nongshim, fun fact, the manufacturer here is a Korean company. I love the quality of noodle. It is thick. It's like a thicker, heartier noodle, not like udon. It's somewhere between ramen and udon, like a traditional ramen noodle and udon. It is chewy without being, I'll sometimes get, and I'm not knocking cup noodle. I mean, I like cup noodle. It comes in when I want it to. But sometimes a thinner noodle, like a cup noodle, can still have like a little too al dente, a little bit of almost a crunch to it even at its full time. Like it stays firm quite a long time. Versus these, for given the thickness, how soft and chewy and delicious they get. I mean, I can't talk Nongshim products up enough. And so imagine my surprise when I walk in today and see one that I've never tasted before. Hence, it's
it's new.
It's
new
on the show.
us.
So it is not a ramen like a classic ramen. This was one that I had prepared the noodles and then drained it off. In the picture, they show like garlic and some peppers and cheese. The noodles are just the noodles, and they've been sauced. We've split it. It says spicy and creamy. I'm excited to try it.
All right.
And with that said,
I will say to everyone watching, what's up, Gavin? I see you. It's a Gundam Death Side Hell there.
do we have an itadakimasu? Or do
I
have
wish
to
we
do
did.
that?
I wish we did.
We're gonna
record it. Itadakimasu.
Itadakimasu. We're excited about this one.
All right.
Okay, so spicy. What did I say? Spicy and
Spicy creamy.
Spicy creamy, yeah.
Yeah.
So I did have somebody saw me preparing these on our staff, and when they were like, "These are so good,"
What's your level of spice, Jesse?
So for me, I'll be honest with you, the bulldog noodles they're off my charts.
Too hot for me.
Too hot for
Gotcha.
me. And I was told that these are like the bulldog carbonara, but not quite as spicy and more garlicky. And I was like, check. I'm very happy about both of those. So here goes.
All right.
Cheers. Right away, the noodle is perfect as always. The heat starts to build. It is creamy. I do like that. It's almost like a spicy garlic mac and cheese.
Yeah, I was going to say the creaminess gives it like a pasta texture.
Yeah.
It doesn't taste like a regular noodle. That feels like if you were to give just the actual noodles to like
Ooh.
an Italian family in the 1800s.
This is good.
That's exactly.
Now the
what
heat
it
would
feels
probably be a surprise to them, but this is my comfort zone on heat.
I feel the ever so slight of a kick in the back. It's not too hot. I actually like a good amount of spice, and I usually add hot sauce into my ramen.
That's good.
But we'll get another bite here, validate my parking.
And it is, it's definitely cheesy. Yeah, because there was a, I think it was like some kind of Singapore-based variation on, and it was on the Shin Black, where they were subbing the water out for milk, and then they would throw like follow all the directions as if it was normal preparation of Shin Black, and then you'd throw like a slice of American cheese on there and swirl it up. This is just like a less saucier version of that. I mean, it reminds me of that quite a bit. I love the garlic flavor throughout. I mean, if I'm being honest with you, out of all the noodles that I've had in this store, everybody knows what my favorite is. It's a yakisoba noodle we carry. It is incredible.
It's up there for you?
This is like a... I mean, I'm probably giving this like 9 sugoi.
Man, that's a high sugoi scale for the very first thing.
Yeah, this was incredible. I love these. Like, if we weren't saving these for the next segment, they would not be in this bowl anymore. Yeah.
I think I'm gonna give it like a 7.5 sugois out of 10.
Sure.
And my reasoning is they're good. Don't get me wrong. The flavor is great.
Yeah.
I think I would probably enjoy it with the broth rather than not. Because I'm a big broth guy. One of my favorite things, I like to drink it after I'm done eating the noodles.
Sure. Yeah, I get that.
Other than that, it was great. It wasn't, one of my biggest problems with bulldog noodles is I'm not the biggest fan of the actual noodles themselves. I like the thinner noodles compared to the thicker ones. So I enjoyed this. I think this is a really good compromise. So definitely still up there on the sugoi scale for me.
Yeah, I think it's personal boxes for me. The heat level is in my sweet spot. I love anything garlic. So the fact that that really shines through. It's like cheese, garlic, and spice at the right level on a good noodle. I'm like, oh, I'm here for it. I love it.
I like
I'm with you, especially on a cold day. I want a broth. I want a soup. But as a general purpose, just go-to noodle. This is one I will. Yeah, I'll definitely be having this again. I'm a big fan of this. I hope it's not in short supply. That's the only downside. Is sometimes these things will be seasonal, and so we'll get it in, and then I'm looking for it, and I'm like, why don't we have the Tumba? And it was a limited edition thing, and that happens all the time. And that's actually probably what's going to happen as we move into the next item.
The other thing, the thing that you have to realize about almost every single thing that we carry in the store, even though we carry such vast, like different things, everything in here, even the food, is a collectible. And with a collectible, they don't make it forever, or it's like they'll go through a long spurts of time where it's not available even for like us to get. So if you are interested in anything that we just said, come get it now. We can't guarantee or promise it being here tomorrow.
You actually did. You looked into this, right? For the limited availability of food products. Wasn't that a thing? I feel like you looked into this for a festival.
Yes. So the reason why Japan has so many different Lay's flavored chips, and then we have the same 7 every supermarket you go to.
Sure.
Is because as a culture, Japan just really liked exclusivity. They really like the idea of having something that is different, unique. They had something that you might not have had, been able to get. It comes down to the same method of why anyone collects anything. It's because, I want to have it. I want to try it. I want to.
There's a level of excitement to that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And bragging rights and everything. For the reason you hit it the nail on the head. The reason you collect anything is because it's like I got to experience this, and maybe these Tumba noodles will be that way. Time will tell.
Being a part of something bigger than yourself.
Absolutely. Cool. All right.
Awesome.
Well, noodles are down. I'm
down.
very excited.
I think that we can safely give that a Sugoi.
Sugoi.
I'm going to put this behind us while we get into this next thing. All right, so next we move on to savory.
Boom.
And we have the limited edition Taste of Japan Chicken Katsu Lay's potato chips.
So, at first glance I thought immediately, it's tonkatsu, it's the classic pork cutlet. It's pictured, it's got the katsu sauce on top, it's got the cabbage in the background. I thought, it's tonkatsu. Yep. No, it is the chicken katsu. So I'm very excited. This clearly states Taste of Japan, limited edition. This will not be in the store for long. So this is, and we have plenty of experience with the chips to know when they're gone, they're gone.
You can tell that we got it from a different country when even everything on the back is various other languages and none of it's English.
Yeah.
Incredible. All right, well.
Cool. Let's crack it.
Let's crack it. Ooh, they're ribbed. I didn't even see that.
Ooh. There's something to be said for they handed me a chip. Thank you. No, it's good. Now, I don't know about you, but I kind of have a personal rule on chips of a new flavor that I've never had before.
Okay.
I've got to have at least three. Three separate.
Okay.
You know what I mean? To let it develop, because and actually I came to this conclusion on the very famous, very popular steak lays.
Yes.
On the first steak lay, I don't think you get the.
You don't get it all in the first chip.
You don't get it all in the first chip. By the time you get to the third chip, it's like some weird matrix, what is happening to my brain eating these chips.
The second chip rewires you.
Yes, it's really bizarre. So cheers on the chip cheers.
Oh, we got
boom,
we got a comment that said, please just look, Jesse, say Bazinga and nothing else.
Bazinga.
Right. Bazinga.
All right, let's try it.
Incredible.
It's sweeter than I would have expected.
The chicken's immediate.
It's the katsu sauce.
Yeah.
All right, chip number 2. I want a big one. Go ahead. I want a big old one with a lot of dust on there.
All the dust.
The smell. Oh, did you smell it? Oh, it smells very savory.
It smells like it is going to have some spice to it.
It does. All right, going again. pretty damn good. I like the ribbed chip. It's a heartier chip. It like holds that flavor really well. I'm going to double on the last. Oh, a triple stack.
Man.
Oh, and look how orange that one is. Oh yeah. All right, here goes. This is like ASMR chewing. Crunch, crunch, crunch.
That's great. And I will say, now that we're about halfway through this segment, we picked out our things today out of what we had available. But if there's things that you guys want us to see, like if you have a favorite option in store, you heard about something on TikTok that you want us to try out, let us know. Send us some comments our way. We'll look for it. We'll try to get it.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're always on the hunt for new stuff, and we're always open to suggestions. I like this. I would say, because I've had tonkatsu sauce, and I feel like that's where they're trying to go with the sweetness, but honestly, to me, it's more reminiscent of just like the chicken teriyaki chip, but in a rib.
The ribs really add the flavor a little bit more, especially right like in the first bite. But it does remind me of those chicken skewer ribs.
The chicken skewer, which is it's like a chicken teriyaki. I think we have those in store too right now. But I think they are a regular, like a classic sliced chip. Yes, they're not. They're just a ridged like this. So I do like that it's ridged. The katsu sauce is usually like got a more acidic, almost like
probably hard to get.
Yeah, I guess so, because they definitely went more sweet, and it's usually like, like I'm trying to think of something that's maybe that's a broader audience has tasted, but almost like a balsamic vinaigrette. You know what I mean? Like an acid. Clearly, it's a counter. Usually the heaviness of the pork that it's on top of.
Yeah, but you don't have to do that when it's just the flavoring that you're getting.
Right. So like more like an acidic barbecue sauce almost is usually is what I was expecting. So then to have gotten that much sweetness, definitely I feel like towards the lane of teriyaki.
Especially when you're not expecting it, just kind of like hits you in the head.
I asked for that sound.
He did.
He delivered. So yeah, no, delicious. I love it. I mean, I love teriyaki, and I love sweet and chicken together, and in a hearty ridge chip. I mean, it's delicious. Based on the marketing of it being chicken katsu, I feel like I do have to dock it a smidgen.
Because it's not as accurate.
Yeah, because it's not as accurate as I believe the packaging would imply. Doesn't mean it's not delicious. I think it is very tasty. I think I'm going to go 7 Sugoi. Solid 7 Sugoi on this one.
I think I'm not going to dock it for it not being similar. Simply because I think that, and people can disagree with me, I don't think you always want similar.
Yeah?
Especially if it's like something that you think is going to taste bad. You want it to taste good.
It tastes good. It tastes really, really good.
So I'm going to give it 8 out of 10 Savuis. So just not taking it that extra docket away, so slightly higher. I mean, that was just yummy. If you didn't tell me that it was chicken katsu and just put that on a bowl, I'd probably eat the bowl.
Yeah. I hear you. It's a delicious chip.
Yeah.
And seriously, get them while you can, because these will not...
This is a limited edition.
It literally says it on the back.
Where the ramen we were kind of just speculating, this is 100%. They don't make this forever.
Yeah. These won't be in the store for very long. So, awesome. Well, let's move on to the next thing.
Awesome.
You got it?
Yeah, I got it.
We're about to do the old
Now,
Looney
the next
Tunes
one
headbutt.
is incredibly popular on this little, not very well-known app called TikTok.
And would you believe that? So everything that we've had on the table today, we have not tried.
No,
and
not
somehow, by some
way, shape, form,
we've been carrying different flavors of the peelers for 6 months or more. So the fact that neither of us have tried a peelers at this point, especially when we usually sell out of these things, very, very quickly.
And not only that, I've just never had anything from the Amos brand.
I have the filled ones, the ones that are more gusher style. Okay. And they're pretty good. I'm looking forward to this.
I am interested in this, so we're gonna go ahead
and I'm gonna peel this damn thing if it's peelable. I wanna get the full experience.
Yeah, let's. There you go. There.
Perfect. What this? What's the peel? That is a solid slice of orange. Is there a different style in here? Are you peeling?
Trying.
Alright, chap. If anybody has done... I mean, it specifically says peelable right on here. I'm missing something. Oh, is yours coming apart?
Kinda, yeah.
Kinda, yeah.
Like, it's just...
What in the world? Well, I almost tried it prematurely. We want to try it together.
I mean, I don't know if I can get any further than that, so that...
But is that not... Did you not just skin the gummy?
I mean, it kind of did.
Is that the point of these?
No, I've seen people do this online, and it peels off extremely well. So
Did ours come naked?
Well, it looks like like in the picture, it looks like the outside is supposed to have the ridges that it did.
Yeah, but it looks like it also cleanly peels in the picture. Do we have anybody helping us out here?
No, not
Okay.
this
All right. Well, we're just gonna.
I think they want to see us separate.
Okay. Now let's just give that a shot. Okay. So there's definitely a softer center. Mm-hmm. I missed the mark on this. Oh my god.
It's not bad.
I feel like it's healthy. It's so fruity.
Yeah.
Like it does not taste artificially flavored.
It's like those fruit snacks that you had a little packet of as a kid.
Yeah, but no, I feel like this is like...
I see a line right there.
Maybe somewhat artificial. I'm getting like Sunny Delight or something out of this.
I'm trying to figure out where I would even begin to peel this.
But I could totally... So as I started chewing on it, there's absolutely a softer core.
Yes, 100%.
In there. It is not visually apparent. I can tell you that. Just looking at it, it looks like just a big old gummy.
Yeah.
Big old Welch's gummy. Nothing special about it. But it definitely has a core of something else happening. But I'm thinking about ripping it in half and just seeing what I can come up with here.
It just starts to rip that outside layer first.
Oh, it does. This is really interesting. Oh, okay. Look, it does kind of separate off now. It is a gummy within a gummy.
Yeah, and it's so sticky on the inside.
Oh, yeah. It's like, it is almost liquid.
Yeah, I don't want to, like, even fully take off the skin.
All right, here's a peeled... I don't know if you can see this. We're definitely going to get you that close-up cam next time. It is a peeled...
So we got someone that said they suck but still delicious. And then not the disappointment from Jesse.
Well, you know...
Someone screenshot Jesse's disappointed face and send that to me.
It really, when you just look at it, it doesn't look like it should do anything like this. But it does separate out, so...
I can see why that would be...
The flavor's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, the flavor's really good.
If you got a good, like, good one that opened up and you've got a good video of it, I can see why that
You know, this makes me want to try some of the other flavors, like... Because they've got banana, they got mango,
I almost grabbed the banana one whenever we were grabbing stuff today, and the reasoning I didn't is because my fiance is allergic to bananas, so I tend to stick away from those. That way, she will love me.
Yeah. Won't shy away from a big old kiss.
Absolutely.
Made with real fruit juice. That might be... I don't know how much.
I mean, that probably was
Let's see.
that healthy option that you were talking
Concentrated orange juice. It says it right there. Anything else special about this? No, I mean, they're really leaning on this being peelable. It is. I'm going to be honest with you, though. You look at this package, and it's got this beautiful, clean peel.
It doesn't
It ain't peeling like that.
No.
But there is two distinct consistencies of gummy in there. And the flavor is ridiculous. It's very, very good. Cool. All right.
Now, we still need to rate that on a Sugoi scale.
Oh, yeah. You want to...
I think I'm giving it like a 5 Sugoi.
Yeah?
Because it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
It was good, but it was... The whole thing is the peelable thing. When you take that away, man...
I mean, it's there. It's just a little jankier than they would have you believe on the package.
100%.
Yeah.
And Mega Bloks work like Legos, but you want Legos.
It's Lego. For all the Lego purists out there, I'll correct him for you.
Get in the comments.
It's Lego.
Awesome. Now, before we actually get on to the next segment, we do need to grab something real quick. So I will be just. Right
I didn't
back
give it any. I didn't give it any Sugoi, so I'll do that.
Please give your Sugoi and give
All
an
right.
explanation. I'll be right back.
I would say, I think I'm gonna go. I think I can do better than a 6. Like if I like gummies, and just flavor alone, I think I would give this a 7 Sugois. I mean, it's pretty tasty. Usually when I go for something sweet, though, I prefer something cakey, so that's inherently just based on personal preferences going to win out. But I thought these were pretty good for gummies. And I mean, I was just telling them I like gummies. But cakey stuff is where my heart is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyway. Cool. Snack Attack. That's
Snack
it, right?
Attack is it.
Yep.
That was a fun one. And next,
Now we're going to run it back.
now we're going to run it back because it is time for Will It Bulldog. Will It Bulldog is a segment that we are going to go in the exact opposite order. We are going to start with the peelers, then the chips, then we go back to the ramen, and we're going to try them one more time. We are going to slather it in Bulldog hot sauce.
And so we've discussed, that my heat tolerance versus Chance's heat tolerance. I think this is where he gets me back on the allergy stuff, is with the heat, because this shit is hot. This is very hot. For anybody who hasn't experienced Bulldog.
And I eat this just about on a daily basis.
Yeah, this dude just just glugs it on everything. It's so hot. What is there like some kind of capsaicin scale, or is there something for us to go
I
up?
don't actually know that.
So the Koreans don't even. They're just like, nah, it's hot.
Guys in the chat, please look it up for us. What is the Scoville of Bulldog hot sauce?
Yes,
Let us know.
that is what I was looking for. How many Scoville units is the classic Bulldog hot sauce?
So what I did was I got up and I got us some sake glasses, and we'll pour some Bulldog hot sauce in there. That way we can dip our items in there.
Fair. I'll pour what's left on the noodle. Honestly, I think it's going to enhance the noodle.
I think the noodle is going to be really good.
I don't want to get too ahead of myself, get too biased on the tasting, but
Now, chat, I need you to make sure that Jesse puts a good amount of hot sauce on his items. Gotta make it worth. Worth your while,
you'll
right?
see me sweat. That's for sure.
Let's see the red man get red.
Yeah, it'll happen. It'll happen. This stuff, and oh god, look, it's tinted. The plastic isn't even plastic colored anymore. It's orange. It's like, look at that. All shades of orange and red. Jesus.
It's gonna be fun.
Here tomorrow, I refer to this as the devil's kiss when this has run its course, and you feel that afterburn.
Jesse's about to get punched in the face with it.
All right.
Oh.
You mean pour it up?
Yeah. We can go ahead and knock that part out there.
Shake well. Did you shake well already?
I did. I've shaken a few times. If you want to give it one from now.
No. I got it. God, look, they even put a spout on here just so you don't over pour. Jesus. Look at this. This is like 40 dashes. Is that enough, you think?
Oh, my friend, give me this.
Oh my god. Oh my god, are you squeezing the bottle? What is that? What am I hearing?
Fire.
Oh, it's fire. I was like, what is that?
All right.
Fired it. Oh my god, this is like a shot of Bulldog hot sauce. That's at least 1.5 ounces, maybe 2 ounces. Jesus. Okay, now, will the orange be enhanced by the Bulldog?
It might be. You never know.
Hey, it might be. Yeah.
Hot sauce just starts melting off that layer.
All right.
All right.
All right. You said a dip.
A dip. I'd give it a good dip.
Let me see your dip.
Okay.
Oh my God, he's stirring it. That's a lot. Am I gonna taste the rest of the stuff? Look, I feel like is that not a good enough dip?
That's a great dip.
Is that all right?
That is a great dip.
This is gonna mess me up.
All right, guys, and
Oh,
now
look at that.
for the Will
Oh.
It Bulldog Challenge.
Yeah, Will the Orange Peeler's Bulldog. All right.
Come by.
Yeah, come by. Oh, God. Jesus Christ. Okay.
We're having fun here today, boys.
Oh my God. I have to say, the initial flavor of the Bulldog sauce is actually pretty damn
Really good.
good.
It's really good.
It is actually really good.
But when the sweetness kicked in is what made it a little awkward there.
Yeah, so in Will It Bulldog, this is where we get to issue the coveted Fire Sugoi for anything that has earned it by its flavor being enhanced
By the Bulldog.
by the Bulldog. I am withholding my Fire Sugoi from the Orange Peeler. Chancellor?
I think I'm gonna have to, because I mean, like, the initial flavor is just Bulldog, so it's good, right? And then you get to the actual, like, oranginess of
sweet,
it, and it kind of just threw a wrench in the works. So I think I would, on a normal Sugoi scale, I would have honestly rated it maybe just a 4, like slightly under the original gummy.
Yeah.
But it does not get a Fire Sugoi from me.
All right. Cool. Next up,
All right.
we're circling back. Now, I'm intrigued by this combo.
I have a theory
Okay.
that this will be enhanced.
Now, how are you? Do you plan on one chip, one dip, and that's it? Like, what's the chip?
How about this? We did 3 chips for
Yeah.
the first. Let's do 3 chips for the second.
Can I stack it into
You
one?
can stack it into one.
Oh, okay. I like this. I do like this. Let me get me a little napkin going here. All right. Give me 3 decent-sized chips.
I'll cut the
2.
fire sound effect because you guys can clearly see Jesse on fire.
There you go.
Thank you, sir.
I'm honestly I'm intrigued by this one. I'll admit.
I'm gonna do, just for the viewers at home, I'm gonna do 3 separate chips, and on each one, I'm gonna do a good amount of.
Now that sounds like a challenge. Versus my stack. Alright, 3 separate chips. Giving it a dip. Now how heavy are you going with this dip? Okay, alright. Jesus Christ. Alright. I gotta follow the chip rule. It's 3 in. I'm going 3 in before I make my mind up.
I didn't approve of that, so I think that's great immediately.
Heck yeah, today's the day. We got an Ichiraku ramen shop going today.
Yeah, the Goku ramen shop. You had it, but it was gone.
Oh yeah.
So I wanna pull my idea, but I'm gonna put all my characters there, and then the ramen shop will go.
That's exactly what we were talking about
I'm
earlier.
gonna put all my characters, kind of like Piccolo and
Goku eating ramen, Naruto eating ramen, Luffy eating ramen,
Piccolo and Vegeta in the corner just being like.
Grumpy. Yeah. I love it, man.
And like Sasuke would be like Vegeta, Sasuke, some other person.
Yeah. I love it. If you take any pictures, you have to show me. Yeah.
Chad, I'm gonna regret this.
Still,
Oh my god.
packaging.
What am I doing?
How's your podcast thing later on?
Good, yes. We're dipping our stuff in Bulldog sauce right now. Okay, I'm not doing that. My tongue is hurting. I'm doing this. Man, you enjoy that, and definitely show me some pictures.
Most definitely.
Awesome.
We're trying to.
Yeah.
Here, Stacy and I, we're moving together, but we're figuring out where. Because she's on Little Rock, there in Monticello is the lower train, so everything's packed. And we got a new place.
Yes. Well, good luck, man. Woo.
My brain is doing this.
Oh my god, I'm about to play Luigi's Mansion for the first time. It's 2003.
Do you feel like you have a better heat tolerance already now?
Maybe. I feel like I'm losing. I'm worried I'm not going to taste it on the noodle. And my tum-tum is literally rumbling. Like,
Oh,
I
no.
felt it, like, do the...
It hasn't hit me in the stomach yet. It's still here in the gullet. Oh.
Yeah, that's how I feel about it. All right. But this combo, with these noodles...
How do we Sugoi the last one?
Oh.
With the chips.
Yeah, you know what? I think I am going to issue my first Fire Sugoi.
I'm also going to give it the Fire Sugoi, because honestly, that tasted really good together.
Hot sauce and a chip is not the worst combo anyway, but when you have this teriyaki kind of flavored chip, and then you add a little heat to it, or a lot of heat to it,
A lot.
it works. It keeps building. It's still building, I feel like. Especially on the sides of my tongue. Oh my god, you wild for that.
Gotta
Oh,
get the rest of it, Chad. I'm not letting it go to waste.
oh god. I'm not. There's no way. Woo!
Alright, give me yours.
Alright. Oh my god. I'm gonna eat eggs next time. Right in front of you.
Alright.
Honestly though, I think this is gonna be a flavor enhancer. So, we're back to the Tumba. Back to the Shin Tumba.
Yeah.
Really excited about this. To throw a little extra heat on there. I think it's gonna work well. But, here we go. Alright. Right away, that noodle's still perfect, didn't get too soft. God. It's so spicy, but with that creaminess. Woo! Look at those cheeks.
That's good. Now, I will say, behind the scenes, noodles are a little cold at this point. But I think that, like, if you put the mix of this hot sauce, maybe a little bit of soy sauce, a really good bowl of noodles there.
Oh god.
Oh,
It's on my
I wanted
lips.
to be fired up for the next segment, and I am there, baby.
It's on my lips now.
Yeah, careful around your face there. You get this out of our way.
Oh Jesus. I finished them, and honestly, the flavor.
Just for reference, we did about a quarter of a bottle of Bulldog there.
The flavor is incredible. I think the cheese sauce coats my tongue.
Yeah. Which just makes it hotter. All right.
Maybe I need to switch to the water for a second.
Switch to water.
That stuff is no joke, man. It's probably some of the best tasting hot sauce ever, but it is no joke.
And, Chance looks like a little sunburn now. May or may not have sent a screenshot of Jesse's disappointment. Fantastic.
Enjoy. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's still there. It is still there. But that's what we wanted for this segment. We wanted to not be okay. All right. Jumping in now to our next segment, we have hot takes. Literally hot. Ooh.
Oh, look at those cuties.
Look at those cuties. That's us. That's us.
Nice.
Incredible. So to explain the way that this game goes is we are going to take turns picking an item, a segment, a statement, and one of us will have to take the exact opposite stance on that statement, and we will have a healthy debate about it.
Regardless of personal feelings.
Regardless, yes. If I say something and he completely agrees with it, he still has to take the opposite stance on it. And we will allow you guys at home or anyone in here watching to vote on who won that exchange.
Actually, and do we have some kind of writing utensil?
Oh.
I need something. Cooper, you got something to write with? Perfect. Because we do want to kind of track this.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. So we won't.
It was our addiction for me.
They're so good.
Hippie and Samurai Return.
We do want to track who we. I mean, I feel like I'll concede. If Chancellor beats me on an argument, I'm going to concede.
Yeah.
If it comes down to a.
Yeah, we're both.
Yeah, then we're going to need your help. But. What we're going to do is we're going to alternate, like Chance said, we're going to alternate statements to get each debate started, and then we're going to alternate categories. So again, like I said, everything that falls kind of under the umbrella of otaku. Right now we've got our stuff limited or kind of pertaining to gaming, anime, pop culture in general, and then food. The kind of stuff that you'd find in here.
But if you have any cool ideas, like I said, we are happy to take suggestions from the audience. If you want to throw it in the chat, we will take turns picking.
We might not take them all, but we will definitely check them out. And if we don't use them during this show, we might use them during the next.
Absolutely. Let me get these out of the way here.
Good lord. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I forgot about all the stuff. My mouth might not recover, but I'm ready to spit flames.
Spit flames. Spit hot fire.
All right.
Incredible. All right. So
you want to kick it off, or you want me to kick it off? Oh, we're gonna let the die decide.
We'll let the dice decide.
Okay. So
you can roll this time since I flipped the.
Okay. You want to be like odds, evens, or 1 through 10, or what do you want to do?
Evens. I'll go odds.
Your odds.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is a natural 20.
Natural. On camera.
On camera. I hate this man. All right. So Jesse's going to go first. He's going to pick a thing, make a statement about it, and I will have to take the exact opposite of that statement. Stay tuned. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Cool. Let me see. I'm going to kick us off because there's some in here that I like a lot. There's some of these that I think I'm honestly biased towards just to put you in the position.
That's part of the game, man. That's part of the game. I'm about it.
Okay. Let's see. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna keep it genuine. I'm going into this as genuine as I possibly can. Chancellor and I have had discussions around this topic before, so I'm going to say that where I can see where people would be drawn to it.
Okay.
I am not one to metagame.
He chose a topic that I actually am about.
Yeah. So, and we both feel this way. So we are, in my mind, we are like red and blue, the Pokemon trainers. I am red, you are blue. I pick my team on friendship and and who I like and my pals. And how do you feel about that?
So do you want to give me a specific game that you want to look through?
Yeah. So we'll just start with Pokemon.
Okay. Part with Pokemon, yes, I firmly believe if you have the environment for it, metagaming is your friend. If you are a solo player, go metagame, have fun. Look, go read that Google document about what's happening right now. You don't always have to take it, but find the things that will work from that. Pokemon I can't speak to a whole lot, but when we went and played Scarlet and Violet for the Pokemon gym we did, I had not played that game. I needed to beat that game in about a week's time, and I had to do it with Ghost Pokemon. So you know what I did? I Googled what is the best Ghost Pokemon.
Yeah.
It was Cerulege, and guess what? Internet was right. Internet saw me through a hard time.
Now
metagaming.
That is just a rad Pokemon. I mean, I'll concede that it's a rad Pokemon. But it's like, where's the conviction? Where's the personal connection when you're not like, So just for people who don't know, my favorite Pokemon is Mareep, and I will keep a Mareep with me all the way to the Elite Four if I can, and it will be in my little, stamped champion thing. Is it the best use of a slot on my team from a statistics point of view? No.
I don't want to watch that Marie go to the hospital every single time we get into combat. And there's a certain point where you just gotta say, "Hey, buddy, you've done your task. It's to the computer for you, bud."
Go live in the PC.
Yeah.
The abyss of the PC.
It's like, hey, you're going to the farm. You're
farm. Oh my God.
Some stuff. We're gonna go try.
My favorite Pokemon. Time to go to the farm.
Yeah.
You've outlived your usefulness.
We're gonna try to breed some IVs from you.
Oh my God.
As far as like, let's go to a different
Sure.
game. Power World. That's another one that we both play.
Yeah.
Why do I metagame in Power World? Because I want things to happen quickly, and I want things to get going. So I want to have the best possible pals at every possible station of that base. And I want to make sure that I am doing things as efficiently as possible, and I still have whatever is my favorite, pal.
Yeah.
But man,
do you care about that pal? Do you feel anything for that pal?
I think in
or is that pal? Does that pal just exist to exert your will upon the environment?
Food chain. No, I mean, I think you can make that argument for Power World in general, right?
Sure.
As far as like metagaming versus not metagaming,
absolutely.
I think that's just the way it's gotta be.
I keep a kingpin and a chillet in the pirate costume on my base squad at all times, just because it's a captain and a little guy.
And his farm is getting overwatered.
It might be getting a little overwatered, but guess what? I love those guys. Yeah. I'm happy to come home to my little base and see the crew.
Say last thing we could probably get into from metagaming.
D&D, gotta
Absolutely.
be. Yeah, gotta be D&D.
All right, metagaming in D&D. I'm taking a stance because this is the game.
Yeah.
But we're both dungeon masters, so I think we both have some feelings that spans with this one. But
yeah.
I will say a lot of people build their adventures for the most powerful that you could be. You know what I mean? And even then, even if you are the most powerful you could be at level 6, level 7.
Yeah.
Your DM can just give you a higher CR monster.
Right.
The more things that you can do that work well, you as the player, and this is mainly in combat speaking, metagaming is mainly for combat and the few areas where you're trying to get a perception check or dialogue or anything like that. But I think you can just feel as useful as possible in your role.
I hear what you're saying. I will say, I kind of just realized this as you were talking, is I feel like my style for DMing is a non-meta version. Like okay. I'm going to scale an encounter on the fly based on whatever you put together. So I don't think I realize that. So like as a player character, I'm always going off I'm going for a specific vibe, for my character, and so I'll make decisions that might not be, the most efficient uses of spell slots or whatever the case, or of spells or whatever the case may be. But I'm inclined, even as a DM, to scale an encounter based on that. So, for example, if you show up to the table as a metagamer in my game, and you have min-maxed everything, then your experience is I'm going to make it a little more difficult for you in some capacity. If you're the type that is either new to the game or a soul gamer like myself who just does what feels right in their heart, then I'm going to scale it to that as well, because I feel like it always comes down to, at least for me as a DM, I want it to be challenging, but I'm not necessarily interested in a party wipe either, you know what I mean? And so I feel like I can usually do a pretty good job of tailoring that to the individual, but that's kind of a realization. I didn't realize that I tend to do that, even as a DM. like you set the difficulty to something, and then you're like, that's just what it is, and you may or may not survive this.
I will say that like, I set the difficulty in the outline of the encounter, and then within the encounters when I will scale up, scale down when necessary. Because I will say I have players, half of them meta know what they're doing, half of them doesn't. So it's still trying to get to where everyone is on an even playing field.
My face is starting to recover.
Then we need more hot sauce. But no, I think that on a personal level, metagaming can be fun. I think it is the if you like to metagame, do it.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll call that one a. I don't know. Maybe we'll leave
that
the
to
chat.
People watching. You let us know who won that one, and we'll get to the next one.
Yeah.
All right,
which will be up to Chancellor.
Yes.
This and I wanted to start with that one specifically because that is that's just how, if you know either of us, that's how we approach. That's why we're able to cover so many games. That's how we approach any games. I'm like, what do I like versus he's like, what's going to work the best? And if I'm being honest with you, I don't think there's a right answer to that. I think it's whatever you have fun doing, you know? That's more of a discussion.
That is more of a discussion.
Yeah, and that's okay too. It's whatever looks good to you.
Okay. Power levels in anime. I think ambiguity is better, rather than you having like power levels like set or feats. You know,
Yes.
I like having the ambiguity because you have so many different IPs, so many different universes, so many different worlds, and everyone's powers work differently.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some of them rely on you having whatever kind of energy is from that show. You know
Sure,
what I mean?
sure.
If you're Jujutsu Kaisen and your whole thing is I can
Curse.
control cursed energy.
Yeah.
But then you somehow get isekai'd into Dragon Ball. What are you doing? You know?
Right. I mean, you're wrong, but I hear what you're saying. Yeah. The power level ambiguity leads to discussions like who wins between Goku and Saitama.
Great conversations, absolutely. Some of my most fun conversations are
unknowable conversations. And why? Because there's no way, there's not a scale, there's not a system to decide who would win. So instead, it's an endless debate.
I'm going to say, but if you have that scale, then there is no debate, and you don't get to have the fun over having that conversation.
But you have an answer. You have the truth.
What's more important, is it the destination or the journey?
Well, I don't know. In this case, depending on how heated a debate you get into, it might be the journey. I don't know. It depends.
I like even it could be superheroes, it could be anime, it could be any of these things. I've always loved having the topic like who would win between this person and this person.
I see that on a different powered. I see where you're coming from on different power types. This is more like head-to-head similar archetypes. Like if we're talking about Omni-Man versus Superman versus Saitama, we're talking about relatively comparable archetypes. Should we be able to rank these guys? And I would say, yeah, that'd be great.
So I'm going to say, even with not having a power like scale, I think that you already have enough to go off of because you have feats, you have the things that they have accomplished.
But you can't definitively say.
No, but I don't think.
Because even Marvel will do like here's their rank, their power ranking or whatever. Like they do that. There's an official Marvel wiki where they will give them a scaled value of their power level.
And I think that if you go through that scale, and if there's any situation where it's like, number 7 can beat number 2 if he just tries hard enough, then your scale is wrong. Yeah,
now I again will concede you're right if we're talking about two different power sets. But I'm talking specifically for I feel like the hottest debates are usually similar archetypes. That's where I'm saying the scale comes into play. Because if it's specifically like an Omni-Man versus Superman situation, sure would be nice to know if one got a 9 and one got an 8. when they're basically the same-ish characters. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can get that. However, if they're the similar archetype, same powers, same abilities, same everything, same skills, and you just give one a higher number than the other,
Yeah.
I feel like you've lost almost even the point of the secondary character. Being like, well, if it's...
What's a different IP?
I guess if you're looking at it that way, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would still prefer to look at the things they can and then imagine, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Half the conversations that you have whenever you just throw in two characters is like imagining what they would do in those circumstances. I think that's part of the fun of the conversation.
Yeah.
Unless the people of the IP make that collab to make that fight and show us what happens in canon,
Yeah.
I don't think you'll ever have an answer.
Right. I hear what you're saying. So universal scale is out.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think I have to go with ambiguity. I think
Yeah.
leave it up to, leave it up to the people.
You don't think this can be scrutinized and we can really ratchet down on a number value on a scale that could be across the board and put these endless debates to rest?
I don't know.
No.
I think you can try.
Marvel can do it, but nobody.
Well, Marvel's just within Marvel. You know what I mean? Like Marvel has. The
Yeah,
power.
but it's like
You're trying
I don't
to
know.
blanket all over
Hulk versus
anime.
Spider-Man's two different things, even in Marvel. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but they're in the same universe. It makes sense.
So then I feel like, yeah, but it's still, I don't know. I don't think so.
Well,
Because now, if you tell me Hulk versus Thor, I'm like, okay, this is, again, comparable archetypes. Maybe I can get behind this. But yeah, when I do concede a number on two totally different power sets is a little weird to track. But I'm like, if you can just put a numerical value based on some different parameters, and then we get into two characters of different IPs but similar archetypes, I think there's a solution to be had there. That I'll say that's my final point on that.
They told me careful what I say. This is my boss. Yeah, the whole segment is me just agreeing with him.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, guys, tell us who you think won that one. I think that one was a good debate there.
If I'm being honest, I'm definitely a fan of ambiguity. Because, yeah, that's the whole point. That there are, like, you are just waiting, especially One Punch Man, you're just waiting to find out when's the one time the punch isn't enough.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
100%.
And so if you put a numerical value on this is how many kilotons of force the one punch has, well, then the allure is gone.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Even if you could, that's still just that punch he did right there.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, next chapter, he's going to throw a punch, and it's double that, surprising
Right.
all the viewers, you know?
Right. So, yeah, no, I'm definitely on the side of ambiguity.
And even in rankings, I like ambiguity. So, like, I'll say, like, rather than it's over ninth, I don't know why I said that instead of playing the sound effect.
Yeah.
Like, rather than, like, a numerical value, I like how, like, a lot of times, like, adventurer guilds work in anime. It's like where you're like E-class, then like D-class.
Yeah.
Like you can go out there because I feel like that offers a large array of options there.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of classifications that what can put you in or out of a certain class and
Sure.
change that.
Yep, I feel you. Cool. All right, I'm sure can we squeeze in at least one more?
Oh yeah, we've got some time.
Sweet. Let's see. What
I'd say one in the future would also just be we pick two anime characters and we talk like
actually figure out which one will win?
Yeah.
Or attempt to?
And like you'll be on the side of one character, I'll be on the side of character.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that. Look at us guys coming up with ideas on the fly.
Let's see. I'm going to say when it comes, so we're moving on into pop culture. This is something that Chance and we've not come up with the perfect solution on. As Chance said at the beginning of the show, for any of you who don't know him, he is our game master. He's the one who facilitates a lot of our gaming events in store. We do Magic and Pokemon, and then we have Yu-Gi-Oh! And Universes and
D&D next weekend. Tickets are live now.
There you go. D&D next weekend. And so we're constantly doing something, but a topic that does come up, as it becomes relevant, are scalpers. So this is a situation where, for anyone who's unfamiliar, is when somebody will come and buy something at the retail price, and then they'll turn around because the demand's so high. They'll turn around and they'll put it on, eBay or Mercari or whatever, or locally. They'll sell it at usually a significantly inflated rate. So that's the concept of scalping. And right now, I would say the one that's most primarily affected by this is Pokemon cards. Would you agree with that?
I would agree with that. Yes.
Yeah. And so it is. It's there's a lot of money to be had. I will say I've been a collector of things, including Pokemon cards, for ever since I was a kid, and so would I like to be able to access this stuff? Absolutely, but would I be of the mindset to ban someone that I know to be a known scalper from the store? No, I am of the opinion that to leave the scalpers as they are.
Ban them. Get them out of here.
Ban them.
I despise when people do this. We have worked really, really, really hard since we opened Otaku Takeout to keep all of our collectible and TCG products at MSRP, which for those of you who don't know is a market value that is placed by the company who creates the product, so that we keep it as fair as possible. Now, we do that with TCG, even though a lot of game shops, whether local or just across US right now, they sell at what is called market value TCG player. And that's where they can tell what it's worth rather than what the price says it's supposed to be, and they'll sell it based upon that. So we are already a prime target for scalpers to take advantage of our kindness, and that's the problem. So if there was someone who was a known scalper, they're coming in here, they're buying 20 of our boxes day of, no. I'm gonna limit that person. I will let them get one box. Everyone deserves to get one of the thing that they want to buy, right? If you have the money for it, you're ready to collect it. Everyone deserves the one thing that you want to collect.
Yeah.
Even if you're wanting to sit on it, one box is one box. You know what I mean? That's not making a difference to the overall collecting community. But if you're a person who's buying everything in that Walmart the moment it comes out,
you've seen the videos.
Yeah,
you've
100%.
seen the videos. Into the cart.
There should be some recompense for that. You have taken it away from children, from families, because we as we are people who are now as adults collectors of TCGs.
Yeah.
But we were kids at one point collecting TCGs, and I just try to imagine where would we be if we went to go into the store and there wasn't any for us to get?
Your options either go to the store that's sold out because they're selling it at MSRP, or go to the store that's selling it at market price.
Yeah.
TCG player prices, which are inflated many multiple times the MSRP.
Chad, I think I win because he's agreeing with me.
I will. No. I'm recognizing what he's saying, and so. I think my argument is less pro scalper and more pro. We are probably one of the last bastions. Now, there's a couple in our area, or at least one that I've heard of that does the same thing, where we keep it at MSRP. That's what's important to me, because I feel like the store's retaliation hasn't been, I'm going to ban this individual that's cleaning us out. The store's retaliation has been, I know I'm going to sell it all out because of how popular the product is, so why don't I get some of that scalper money? You know what I mean? Why don't I become part of this program? Because I can sell it at or just under the TCG player market price, and it's gonna get sold. It's gonna get sold out. So I think my argument is a little less like, oh yeah, go scalper. Even though, you know, I gotta say that's kind of how business works. But, you know, supply and demand 101. But it's more pro our MSRP prices versus what I'm seeing from other places as their response to scalpers. It's not limiting. It's putting in their own inflated prices, which is really frustrating to me because we're buying it at wholesale, right? Now, if they're buying it at market and then they're turning at actual retail price or whatever, and they're flipping it, then okay, I get it. That they're a dedicated card shop. That's what they got to do. But these shops are doing this like literally on launch day. These products are at TCG player prices.
So back to the argument of why I'm going to say punish the scalper in this instance is if your whole reasoning of want to deal with the scalper is to keep it fair for the people who want to collect it.
Yeah.
You upping the market, your price to the market value is just as much of the problem. Your answer was let me make that money, not let me get the product out to the people who want it.
Right.
And I think that's where the big difference is. So even if it's not ban that person altogether, because a collector, I'll say most scalpers are at least have been a collector at one point.
They're very familiar with the product.
And then turned it into the business, you know? I don't think that you should stop that person entirely from collecting, but I think there should be some things in place if you want to make sure that all the kids around you get those things, because the opportunity is where it's a big thing. If you take everything out of that Walmart shelf or
Sam's Club, any of the club, any of those videos where you see people at Costco or Sam's Club, and they're literally grabbing the handfuls off the pallet. It is so crazy.
If you were doing that, not only is it like someone like us who went in looking for it because we knew it was coming out and we're not going to get it, what about the kid that could have just happened upon it and could have been the next biggest fan, you know what I mean? Like, the next part of that community. It's robbing people.
It's snuffed out.
Yeah, it's robbing, because where would we be? Where would Otaku Takeout be if that happened to us and we never started collecting Pokemon for you? I never started collecting Yu-Gi-Oh for me. I think that would. I think it would change a lot of things. So I say deal with it. Deal with those scalpers in the most cordial way possible.
Yeah, but try to cut it off at them.
Yeah.
Versus letting them do their thing. Yeah, I see your point. I feel like, and that's something that we have done, at least in store, is the compromise has been product limitation, right? Just to at least give people the opportunity to access it. But it's not, we won't get to the point to where we're charging market price on something that we buy from a distributor at wholesale price. That's you won't catch that at Otaku Takeout. Well, cool. All right, we got time for one more, or are we?
I think we got time. It's 4:57. We started a few minutes late.
Cool.
So we can go.
I forgot the track where we were at on this. Where did we start? We started with metagaming.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who won metagaming?
I think they said average Jesse W. So that would be you.
On the metagaming.
Oh, we do have dubs can be just as good, if not better, than subs.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we can do that. You want to do that as the final one?
I will do that. Yeah,
cool.
Absolutely.
What was our next one? We did power levels.
Power levels.
Who won power levels? I'd say you won power level. I'll just give that to you.
I'll take it.
Because I agree with you. And then, the scalpers. Condemn them or leave them alone. You know, it's tricky because I feel like our solution does neither of that. Like, it doesn't totally leave them alone, but it doesn't also call them out explicitly and like ban them from the shop.
Yeah, we're not blasting.
All right, so we're gonna call that the dash. This will be our one. How about that? This will be the one.
All right.
Wait, who picked the opinion of this one? Oh, you're up. Damn it! All right, go ahead. You're up.
It is me. Right. Right. Okay, so I'm gonna look at the question here.
Yeah.
Duds can be just as good, if not better than subs. Okay. I agree. Dubs can be just as good, if not better than subs. And I'm going to give you a great example.
Okay.
In One Piece,
Yeah.
generally speaking, I watch the subs.
Okay.
I like the voices better. However,
Yeah.
One
So
Piece,
already
One Piece has
tipping the
one of
scales
the
in my favor.
best English dub moments ever, and it's when Nico Robin is up in Eni's lobby, and I want to live. I need to find a way to put that on video, but
Yeah.
it is phenomenal.
Yeah.
It is absolutely great, and in that moment, it truly trumped what that dub
Sure.
sub was. And there are plenty of shows that I have to watch in dub. I will refuse to watch it. Full Metal Alchemist, gotta watch that. I gotta watch that in dub, baby. I need English. It's just a fantastic show to watch a dub, and it just truly does sound better in English.
Well, that's cute, but not right. Sub is clearly superior. It's the original medium.
Okay.
And, I will say there have been, to my own anecdote, I know it's not as popular as One Piece, but Food Wars, for example. Erina is like one of the main rivals of our protagonist, and her voice in the subbed is very like she's a real like power player, executive kind of sounding character. Switch over to the dub on accident. I just queued it up and fired it off. Sounds like it's got that real lazy Californian. California beach girl voice actress dub, and I'm like, you are killing this character. She's literally called the God Tongue in this anime for being like the greatest food critic in the land of Japan, and they got her sounding like a spoiled California, beach brat in the dub. So that's my anecdote for the sub being superior. And I will say that they, as far as the established industry standard, I feel like it's going to be more true to the character, the sound associated with the character in the subbed version.
I think sometimes, but not all the time. I think that there are exceptional differences, and I think it depends upon the studio itself and how much work they put, because it's a whole different studio that you have to do the dub for it.
Yeah.
If anyone has been watching Solo Leveling, the voice actor that is doing the English dub for this is phenomenal, and it's better than the dub. I wouldn't know. And it's one voice actor that starts from the beginning as a small little guy.
Yeah.
Hey guys, how you doing? And then he has the deep voice. And it's one voice actor. Everyone thought it might have been two different people.
Oh.
And he's fantastic. And that is only within the English dub that you're going to find that.
In the sub, it's two different voice actors?
I'm not sure about that.
Oh, okay.
It is not as good. I've tried it. I want to, before we go too much further, I do want to hear your opinion, because you're supposed to be taking the exact opposite.
Yeah.
What is your opinion on Full Metal Alchemist dub versus sub? I said that Full Metal Alchemist dub. And I would just love to get your opinion on that before we move on.
What to say about, I'm actually rewatching this right now to reestablish it as my favorite anime.
Are you watching in dub or sub?
That's a great question. I will concede I am watching it dubbed. What actually, side topic, what had me go back and rewatch it at this point is back in the day when I was like, Full Metal Alchemist is the greatest anime ever made, and I'm rewatching Brotherhood right now. Back then, our menu to anime was significantly more trimmed down than what it is today, I would argue. And so, especially like when I started watching anime, it was running home from school, watching Dragon Ball Z, and then Sailor Moon if we didn't have to do our chores. That's what it was. So it was really easy when a masterpiece like Full Metal came along that I was like, this is the greatest thing, the greatest piece of anime that I've ever seen. And so I was like, but now, and it's more for us. I mean, I'm sure locally this has been something that's been recognized for quite some time, in Japan. But for us, I feel like we're to the point where there's just as many genres and subgenres as anything live action, to where it's like, oh, does this stand the test of time as like my favorite anime of all time? Now that there's like, now if you ask me what's my favorite anime of all time, it's like asking me, well, what's my favorite TV show of all time? It's like, I'd rather tell you what my favorite like comedy is, like what my favorite horror is. Yeah, I would rather really kind of crank down on what it is, rather than just like a general all-purpose favorite of all time. You know what I mean? And I was like, I feel like anime's to the point where I'm like, I don't know if I can say Full Metal is my favorite of all time. But as I'm going back and rewatching Brotherhood, I'm like, yeah, this show kicks ass. And what's his name? Chris Sabat as Armstrong, and Vic Magnolia as Ed Elric, and yeah.
And we agreed that Vince McMahon is a terrible person, but he is the voice of Brotherhood.
Yeah.
It just has to be.
Yep. So that is so baked into my soul that yes, I watch it. I watch it dubbed.
So, what you're saying is that there are some animes that are just as good, if not better, in dub.
Okay. I'm gonna concede this because it's not just Full Metal. It's My Hero Academia too. It's All Might. It's Sabat again as All Might. I can't watch. I've tried. I'll be like, okay, the dub isn't caught up and the sub is releasing, and we're getting ahead, and I'm like, let me switch over and I'll watch it, subbed. And there are some anime like Attack on Titan, for example. I was able to make this transition no problem at all. Done it with Demon Slayer as well, where I'm like, I might have started it one way, especially my sister, the co-owner of Otaku Takeout, Gwendolyn, is it has to be dubbed. That's all she's gonna watch is dubbed. She's not gonna read any subtitles. I'm like, okay, cool. For me, I'm much more on the fence about it. I can kind of go one way or the other. But if I start a show with her, like Demon Slayer or Attack on Titan, it'll be dubbed. But then when it's not caught up, I've been able to pretty easily make the transition over. But then there are some shows like Full Metal Alchemist that I could not even imagine watching subbed.
I've tried.
Yeah,
I've tried.
It's not there.
It's not even an option.
Yeah, yeah. And Full Metal was the same way. I was like, all right, no, not Full Metal. I mean, My Hero. I was like, oh, I'll just kick over. No, that's not All Might. That's not my All Might.
Code Geass has to be an English dub for me. Surprisingly, things like Naruto and Dragon Ball, I can go either way.
Really?
I've enjoyed.
I've never even seen Dragon Ball not dubbed.
Not dubbed?
Yeah.
He's got it's an older woman that voices Goku.
Yeah.
And it takes a minute to get used to, but it does still sound pretty good.
Man, this gets you though. This is Chance on the viewer choice, and that's probably our last one. Yeah.
The champ is here.
Okay, so, oh my God. We actually have a title. Did you see that in the show notes? We have a title for who won.
Oh, yes.
Yes. So, Chancellor, go ahead and cue it up again. It is the S rank Senpai Supreme. Congratulations. For this episode. S rank Senpai Supreme.
We will challenge each other again next episode.
Yeah.
Which will be next month. We already have that scheduled. So please keep in contact with us. If you have any ideas, let us know in the comments or shoot us a message.
It's so over the top. Senpai's already, right?
Yeah.
An honorific.
And
but
then
you're
it's
an
an
S rank
and then
Senpai Supreme.
Yeah. No, that's
for this month.
That's putting a hat on a god.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, then that moves us into our last call. Any other questions or comments that you all have?
We had some people just happy with how things went. At one point, I think someone was pretty scared for me. They're like, Jesse, please don't do this to Chance. But hey, he didn't. I won.
Ooh, yeah, he won. We've got some real... Oh, I can't wait until next time. We've got some good topics. And, some of these are more discussion-y, which I'm cool with that too.
Yeah,
but like there's some that are definitely going to make a comeback. I want to get you on this one next time.
I almost chose that one.
Oh, I'm gonna get you. It's gonna be good.
I do want to say next weekend is one-shot weekend for Dungeons and Dragons. Friday,
Yes.
Saturday, and
Yes.
Sunday. We have spots available for a really, really cool one-shot that Wizards of the Coast themselves sent us. It's called Hold Back the Dead, and you are fighting a lot of undead, kind of like a tower fortress type of thing.
That's so awesome. And this came out with the release of the Monster Manual. So
Yes.
this is the final book of the trio for the updated 2024. So we have the Player's Handbook, the Dungeon Master's Guide, and now, and I don't know about you, the initial allure to Dungeons and Dragons for me is the Monster Manual. Like I remember being like at a Hastings when I was a kid, and I'm like looking at the time it was probably like the 3rd edition. And it was the one with the eye on the cover. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah.
I think that was third edition. And I was just like, this is so rad. I love this so much. Don't know anything about it, but it's that Monster Manual that's really the like hook, to get you into it. So it is out now. Do you know if we still have any of the special covers?
I think we have exactly one of the alternate covers left.
And it's the same price as the regular
It's
cover.
the exact same price, $49.99, and you can get it online for a pickup order. Or
It has a beautiful etched foil outline.
It has the gold filigree.
Yes,
It's what's on the corners. It's the same gold filigree on all 3 of the books. And then the alternate cover for Monster Manual was a really cool Mind Flayer.
Mind Flayer, yep.
Lithid Horrors, y'all.
Yep. And so, that Chance's campaign came with that. It's nice because when they tailor those, they tend to be pretty good one-shots. But this one in particular, he seemed to be pretty impressed with. I haven't actually read it myself. But if he's that excited about it, that tells me it must be pretty rad.
And for those of you who don't know, I use this exact soundboard in Dungeons and Dragons events, and we do it virtual tabletop. So at the bar that you can see behind us is when we where we actually do it, and it's on the TV. So if you haven't got any tickets, please get it now. It's going to be so much fun. Tell your friends.
Yeah, that's coming up. What else do we got?
We also have some casual Magic, casual Pokemon this next weekend. I can actually just pull up.
Oh yeah, mine as well. We've of course got Aether Drift in stock. That's a big one for Magic now.
The 28th we start our return of our Commander League, which is a 4-week-long occasion. It is a league rather than just like a typical tournament. You gain points every time that you come and participate, and those points are tracked every week for a winner, and then for the whole 4 weeks for a winner. And it's just a lot of fun. We have a lot of silly things that can get you extra rules, like come in with the Otaku Takeout T-shirt, get you an extra point. Bring in a friend that's never been in before, gets you 2 extra points.
Hell yeah.
There's a lot of things that you can do to up your score, so it's not necessarily about how good.
Just winning games. Yeah, absolutely. So it's a little flexible.
That'll be the 28th until the actually the 28th of the.
That's exciting. And it's just Commander decks.
It is Commander, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it is super simple, super fun. We have trial decks, so even if you don't actually have a Commander deck, but you've been interested in playing, come on down.
And with the way, and he always varies the points, like he was saying. So even if you've never played before, I like to think you'll still be in the running for good placement, even if you've never played, just based on, it's a lot of different kinds of, but essentially participation points. So you'll get, like if you really lean into it, you can get quite a few points. So I've actually got a couple of people that might want to come play.
And we also give out promos and free stuff. We try to make it as fun as possible for all the people who show up to our events. So if you've ever been interested in Magic the Gathering, come hang out with us.
Yeah.
We're pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a pretty chill group to learn how to play with.
Absolutely. And you can honestly, you can just check out otakutakeout.co, and you can find a link that has all of our events on there.
Yeah, the events are on there, and if you liked anything you saw today out of our snacks or out of our product highlights, hop on there. We will shop for you if you set it up for pickup, or if you're a little distance, we'll happily ship it to you.
And it looks like the next episode of Otaku Outtakes is scheduled for the 9th of March.
9th of March, Otaku Outtakes. We are so excited. Yeah. Cool. And with that, I think we are ready to sign off.
That's our takes.
See you next time.
Yeah.